Himawari vs. Juro. Incredible Regeneration, Tailed Beast Ball, and Divine Healing? Chapter 91 showcased many interesting events involving both Sarada and Boruto. Enjoy watching. Let's start with Himawari. Thanks to her new power, she saved Inojin, who should have died. His wounds were incompatible with life, but thanks to her hair, Hima took him down from the tree and enveloped him with chakra, healing his wound. I like the reference that her hair is a nod to Kurama's tails. I mentioned this before in a video, but that's not all. Thanks to her hair, the girl even managed to form a tailed beast ball. Besides this, she has colossal regeneration, much greater than any Jinchuriki. Even Juro noticed this, saying that her recovery abilities are similar to those of the tailed beasts, but it takes too much chakra. Also, the evolved Ten Tails was interested in how she could even form a tailed beast ball and how quickly she would evolve. Because essentially, Hima is not a Jinchuriki, she is more of a tailed beast. However, in their battle, Juro unfortunately dominates. At the very end, he decides to test her regeneration, where we learn that the girl is very strong. And coming to his sister's aid, Kawaki along with Delta hurried to help, but Boruto outran them and saved his sister. Meanwhile, Hidari is fighting against Sarada, trying to find out who he really is. He is curious if he can answer the question of who he is if he absorbs the girl. He uses techniques without knowing their names. This raises questions for Sarada as well, such as how he is connected to Sasuke, why he uses Chidori, and so on. She explains that without the Sharingan, this technique cannot be fully unlocked. So even using the Rinnegan, Chidori is not as effective as with the Sharingan. And here I have a question. Does Hidari possess Uchiha's eye since he inherited all his techniques? It is still unclear whether his Rinnegan can transform into Sasuke's eye. Konohamaru also joins the fight and attacks Hidari with a Rasengan, but thanks to scratches, a part of the Ten Tails is transferred, and Konohamaru uses a new technique, Spiral Barrier, which resembles Uzuhika, Boruto's new Rasengan. And again, questions arise. Is this the evolution of the Rasengan? Are we going to see various types of Naruto's technique in the manga now? Will we see a Fire Rasengan, or something else? In short, Konohamaru was not able to defeat Hidari even with his new technique, as he gets thrown back, and the enemy is still trying to absorb Sarada. But the girl notices Kashin Koji's frog nearby. Meanwhile, Kurama makes it clear that even with such high potential as Himawari, she cannot fight Juro. He is too strong for her, and Delta and Kawaki turn out to be useless, just flying to help. But as I mentioned earlier, Boruto outruns them and saves his sister. Then, he uses the Flying Thunder God technique and teleports right behind Hidari, depriving him of the limb with which he was holding Sarada. Essentially, this is where the chapter ends, and a lot of questions arise. First of all, who is Himawari? We are clearly given hints that she is stronger than her father. She is more of a tailed beast than a Jinchuriki. This means my assumption was correct, that the whiskers on her face are a symbol of the chakra in her body, which she had from birth. And because Kurama has now been reincarnated in her, she is essentially a hybrid of a human and a tailed beast, containing the 9 tails. This is incredibly powerful. Her potential is enormous, just like Juro's potential. He doesn't know what he wants. He doesn't understand this world. He is curious about everything. Why did Inojin act the way he did? Why did he sacrifice himself? Why did Himawari get angry about this and awaken her power? Hidari and Juro are a reflection of how any creature we consider unintelligent would gain self-awareness and immense power. The evolved Ten Tails wants to evolve. Therefore, they believe that if they absorb those they are drawn to, they will get answers. Essentially, we weren't directly told how large Kurama's chakra reserves are now, but despite this, Himawari is much stronger than her father. Although this is her first use of this power, in the future she will surpass the 7th. Secondly, I'm wondering what kind of power the Jubi's Rinnegan has. Is it the same as we saw in the Naruto anime, or is it something completely new since Juro forms a tailed beast ball with his eye? Superman shooting balls. It sounds funny until you realize that this is the enormous power of the Ten Tails. Also Hidari. He is completely different from his counterpart, and at the same time, very similar to him. But he is more interested in the question of who he is, what kind of power he uses, what he feels, and why he is drawn to Sarada. Additionally, we got an answer to the question of whether Hidari and the others have the memories of those they absorbed. Apparently not, since he doesn't know who Sasuke is. Yet he knows Sarada's name. How and why is unknown. Is it at the level of instincts, or are these some kind of memories? And now, let's move on to his power. He has powerful regeneration, and that very Rinnegan, the power of which is unknown. Therefore, I am eagerly awaiting its revelation. We will definitely discuss everything that happened in new videos. Meanwhile, I look forward to seeing you in the comments. I hope you liked the animation at the beginning. Good luck to everyone.